Welcome back to Studio 701. Now, it can seem like a broken record when we mention COVID-19, but it really is just reality.
And the pandemic is much harder on some professions than others. And to help with that, a local bank is recognizing everyday heroes.
And Jessie Johnson is the branch manager of Plains Commerce Bank, and she's here to tell us a little bit about what they're doing. So good morning, Jessie. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So Jessie, can you tell us a little bit about Everyday Heroes and the program that's offered at Plains Commerce Bank?
Sure. So Plains Commerce Bank made a commitment to our community and our local heroes in around 2018, so prior to the start of the pandemic. And what we set out to do was to make sure that we were giving back to those individuals who give so much of themselves each and every day. And by doing that, we offer products and services and providing discounts to those first responders, those teachers, those individuals who are on the front line each and every day. Now, since the onset of the pandemic, that really has become such a big focus and such a topic that really everyone is talking about, and how can we even do more for them. So this holiday season, we've set out to find a few local families in the community and make sure that we can bring some individual joy to that family.
And how, when you say set out to find some families, are they being nominated by members of the community? And if so, how can we make a nomination?
So yes, we are looking for the community to be inspired to nominate their favorite everyday hero by going to our website and submitting their information and really telling us their story. So how can we help them? How can we bring joy to their life this holiday season, to them individually and to their families? And so just really reach out to us and tell us their story.
Such a great idea, especially right now, the holiday season and everything. How do you think offering something like this might actually benefit the community during this time?
I think it's really important for the community as a whole to stand by our first responders, our everyday heroes, as they are on the front line during a global pandemic. I think that they're seeing challenges that they probably never expected. So anything that we can do to really make their day a little bit easier and bring them some joy is something that's small that we can do just to say thank you. So Plains Commerce Bank has really made a commitment to doing that. And so we do that each and every day through those products and services, but really taking that extra step this holiday season through our program of family nominations.
These are the stories we like to talk about. Now, can you tell us about some of the challenges you're seeing with business owners and how Plains Commerce can help business owners who might be suffering during the pandemic?
Absolutely. So we have seen just a variety of our small business owners really impacted through the pandemic itself. So hospitality, restaurant owners, hotel owners really have had just a devastating realization from what has happened through COVID. So what we've tried to do just as a bank is really be there to partner with them, offer them good financial advice and guidance, navigate them through the process of grant programs, the PPP program, restructure loans if necessary, and in addition to that, support our local businesses by purchasing lunches, both for the bank, for our customers, and really make sure that we stand by them through this time.
Yeah, it's great information and definitely shows Plains Commerce Bank being such a big part of the community. I want to go back to Everyday Heroes really quickly again with the nomination process. Can you give us an example of someone who should be nominated? They are usually the most humble people who would never nominate themselves. Give us an example of the kinds of people you want to see nominated.
You know, we have actually received lots of nominations, and the nominations are still there, and we really would love to see as many families as nominated as possible. But nurses, CNAs, firefighters, police officers, we have just seen amazing and incredible and inspiring stories. But you are correct in that people are very humble and they don't want to tell us what they need or ask us for assistance, and we are really just trying to give back to those who give so much of themselves. So please don't be shy. Please tell us the stories of those in this community who are doing so much to help everyone else.
Go ahead, Jeff.
No, I was just going to say, very cool. Thank you so much for doing that. I think that's something that's really needed right now. And, you know, just the stress and not only emotionally, but also physically for those first responders, teachers, medical field workers is pretty high right now. So thank you so much for stepping up and doing that for our community.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jesse. And if you'd like more information about Everyday Heroes or how Plains Commerce Bank is supporting those in need, make sure to call the office and schedule an appointment, or of course, visit the website. There it is on your screen, plainscommerce.com.
Again, Jesse, thank you so much for